I want to welcome you to Structures and Functions of the Human Body, which is your anatomy and physiology class. This is an online course, and hopefully you have obtained your syllabus and your welcome letter from me, your teacher, Debbie King. This is a new thing for me that I'm trying here. We're going to try to trial doing some online course lectures. But what I wanted to do today was just to kind of walk through the website, the Angel website with you, so that you kind of had a good idea as to how this works. I'm kind of a creature of habit to start off, and so what you'll find is I don't change things a whole lot every week. Everything is pretty constant and standard in class so that you know what to expect from me. So let's just start out here. This is the main page, student page of your class. You can see here if I have any announcements, you will find them right here. Your course mail is on the front page, and then you have course tools. Here you have your grades, your attendance. I do keep attendance, and we'll talk about that more later. Helpful resources if you're having trouble with Angel. Never used Angel before, you could do an Angel tour. It tells you what you need for plug-in downloads and your computer needs. The next thing I want you to look at here is calendar, and I have placed in here what when we are working, when we are starting. I'm not sure what this office hours thing is right here, but you will see that each I put due dates for all of your weekly assignments, and that is under calendar. And I've already placed in all of your things for the whole semester. Now, the next here is your lesson tab. There is a welcome to class. This is the letter that I sent you, that you should have gotten an email if you were if you were placed in the class before now. Next, there's your fall schedule. Please make sure that you go by the schedule. It gives you the dates of when things are due, when we are going to be having unit tests, when your final and your midterm are, and it's all there. It's all scheduled for you ahead of time so you can make arrangements. Your class syllabus is here, and here is proctoring information if you're going to need to use a proctor. Now, if you'll open up week 1, you'll see here that every week you will have a lesson sequence that is set out here, and that tells you what is due. Everything that is in here is important. I don't put anything in here that is something that you wouldn't need. So just know that if you start at the top of the list of your week's lessons and work your way through all of the files, you should be fairly prepared for any of your study guide questions, for any assignments that you need to submit, and for any tests that you're going to have. So first, here is your lesson sequence, and if you open that up, it gives you the objectives. You don't need to do anything with the objectives. It just tells you what we are expected to finish. First of all, you're going to just go through here, see what the different assignments are. You can notice I've removed some of the things in here. That's why you see a discrepancy in the numbers. I thought I fixed that, but I guess I didn't. You're going to go through chapter 1 and read chapter 1 in your book. You're going to review the PowerPoint or PowerPoints that will be in that lesson, complete the reading guide or the study guide questions, and make sure you go through the website, helpful websites. Now, there's not as many assignments for your first week, so don't get used to the fact that there's not much here. The reason is because I know people are still getting their books, and I don't like to overload you on the first week. Just know, this is difficult to take anatomy class online. I understand that. I am aware of that. But you have made that choice to do it online. Therefore, you do have to consider you have a certain amount of seat time. If you were to think about the time that you spent in the actual classroom, it has to equal a certain amount of hours. We are held accountable for those amount of hours, but you're doing it on your own time. Therefore, it may seem like it's more work, But in the long run, if you were to add all those hours you had to be in class in a in-class environment, plus your study time that you have to put in, plus your time that you would have spent doing assignments, it's going to be well within reason the amount of time that we spent on this class. I can't stress how much the anatomy and physiology is important for those of us who are going into healthcare. You have to know your anatomy and physiology. Therefore, I am kind of a stickler about your attendance. I do go in and look. I have the ability to see how much time that you've spent on your lessons, how much time you are online doing your work. I therefore take attendance twice a week. The way I take your attendance is I look at your assignments and see what you have finished. If you have finished at least half of your assignments, you get 1 attendance day for that week. If you have finished all of your assignments, you get 2. You have a certain amount of attendance you're expected to make, and therefore if you miss a certain amount and that amount is in your syllabus, I have to warn you, and then after that I will drop you from the class. The reason is once you start getting behind and your grades start suffering, it is difficult to get your grades back up. Now, if you look in here under our Chapter 1 assignments, we don't have any extra credit assignments on this particular week, but you will find that in your folders that are in your lessons, I do place extra credit assignments to help you kind of bump up your grade if you really want to get one of those higher A's and high B's in the class. So do those as you're going through your lessons. Now I'm going to give you some tips on how to really be successful in the class here. So let's just talk about a few things. Make sure to use those Angel tutorials if you've never used Angel, especially then if you're new. If you are not real savvy with computers, that would be another issue that you would want to make sure that you are looking at those Angel lessons that are there for you. Please let me know if you need anything. I am attaching so I'm sending you attachments as I see fit of some things to kind of help you out. Midterm and final will be given by me in person. You already should know what those are because I put them in the calendar and I put them in your schedule. So make yourself available during those times. If you can't get off work, if you can't make arrangements to be there, you do have the opportunity to use a proctor through the college. It has to be an agreed upon with them and with me and you ahead of time. So don't wait till the last minute. I don't like to make those arrangements less than a week in advance. So make sure that you know what you need to do. Attendance is gauged by the amount of time that you are logged into Angel and the work that you've completed. Angel keeps track of all that you do. It is important that you log in regularly to complete work. Also, I'm going to add there, it is important for you to check daily your emails through your Linear Tech email and also on Angel. I always put my emails to you in through Angel, and then I will copy them to your email. Each week runs from Monday to Monday. Monday at noon, your assignments for that previous week will close. Again, that is in your calendar and on your schedule. Make sure that you are keeping track of due dates as you're responsible for all work assigned and turning assignments in on time. I do not leave them open after noon. Now, if you have a family emergency, if you're in the hospital and you have a doctor's excuse, that's understandable. Please don't wait till the last minute to let me know, though. Let me know as things are coming up so that I know that you are communicating with me about what's going on. This class is a 5 contact hour. What that means is that the course is expected to have 5 hours of instruction per week. And again, like I had said earlier, that would mean that we'd have 5 hours of classroom time and another 5 hours of instruction time that you would have outside of the class. You aren't going to be spending 10 hours a week on this, but you are going to need to know that you do need to pace yourself throughout the week. Don't wait till Sunday to complete your online coursework. This is procrastination, and when you procrastinate, chances are good that you will have computer problems with Angel, or an emergency will arise to keep you from doing your assignments. You will find that Angel has busy times when it will be slow and difficult to complete. Saturday mornings is when I find that it's very slow, so I try to stay off of Angel on Saturday mornings. I never mind if you call me on my cell phone. It's probably easier to text me because I do teach at the high school, at West Hall High School. So a lot of times I can't answer right away, but I usually have my phone, so if you text me, I'll see it. So if you'll just do me the courtesy, though, of not calling after 9 p.m. We are one of those families that goes to bed very early, and we're up about 5 o'clock in the morning. So if you'll not call after set 9 and don't call before 7 a.m., I'd really appreciate it. But I am available from 7 a.m. till 9 p.m. Each week in Angel, you'll find a folder for the week under the lesson tab, like I showed you. The dates for that week can be found under the week number. You will open this folder, and all assignments will be found in the folder. The due dates will be clearly marked. The first item you should open for the weekly folder, it will be your lesson sequence, and we mentioned that already. This will tell you that what your assignments are for the week. It will also list the objectives that you should know by the end of the week. When you take a test or complete an assignment, Angel will give you a grade, but you do need to know that you do not need to worry about that grade until I go in and I hand grade your assignments. The reason I do that is that a lot of the assignments have places you have to write words in, and if you don't write the word in exactly the way Angel likes it, it's going to mark it wrong. So I go back in, and until I go back in and give you a final grade on that assignment, don't worry. Okay, because it isn't final until I go through and make sure that it is what it should be. Do your best to spell our anatomy terms correctly when you answer test questions. I suggest that your week, every week that you open the weekly folder right away, then just begin at the top and completely investigate every folder that is attached, completing the assignments as you go. When given extra websites and materials to study, please use them. You will find the additional questions may come up from these materials. Your textbook has a website that you are given to study from. Please use that website. There's a lot of really good material. Like I said earlier, this is kind of a daunting task if you've never taken anatomy. I don't want you to stress, but I do want you to plan and give yourself time every day to do a little bit of studying. If you plan in those hours to study daily, then you're not going to cram and you're not going to feel stressed, and you're going to get a better grade. If I could do anything for you, please don't hesitate to let me know. I'm really looking forward to meeting every single one of you, and I hope you have a great semester.